Hey, Lobbert here again. As always, the deck list is in the video description along with timestamp links if you want to skip to a match. Please like my video, I really appreciate it. It boosts my visibility on YouTube, and subscribe for more Pauper content. Check out my podcast, Common Knowledge. Now let's get into the deck tech. This week I'm coming at you with a new brew. I have seen someone, Spell Slam, play a deck similar to this, and I was working on this deck before I saw him do it, so great minds think alike. Check out his channel if you want to see his version of this list. I am running 4 Avarax over... He is running 4 of the one that makes 2 Minotaurs. Flurry of Horns. I like Avarax. I think it's close, actually. The games that Avarax is good in, it just runs away with the game. But I guess that goes for both of them. But I like the fact that this can attack through some awkward boards. Like if they have a Gurmag Angler or something, sometimes you can pump this up enough that it will trade with your Gurmag Angler. You go get that other one. As soon as the first one resolves, you just feel super good, like you're going to be able to keep going, and you've already kind of ground them down. So I'm liking Avarax. I might make room for Flurry of Horns if I do more, like another video on this. I also have 4 Beetleback Chief. The mana cost is kind of high on this, but it is a 4 mana, 4 power toughness creature that you end up getting. Like you get, it is spread out across 3 creatures, which is actually a plus. There's enough edicts going around and just spot removal spells that this can kind of hoard out and make it awkward for your opponent. So I've been enjoying Beetleback Chief for sure. It comes down a little bit earlier than Avarax or Flurry of the Horns. Then I have something a bit different than other builds of mono red control that I've seen. And this is, I've actually called it mono red midrange, because I don't believe you can make a true control deck that is red. It ends up being a mid-range deck where you're just removing their stuff and attacking with like better than average creatures. But I have 4 of the Vithian Stingers and 4 of the Volshock Sorcerers. So both of them are pingers. They can do damage to creatures or players, and this is one way that we're going to be getting advantage, is we can kill their creature and do that repeatably. So even if they kill a Vithian Stinger, sometimes you can unearth it and get value off of the back end to either help kill a creature or knock out an X1. Volshock Sorcerer having haste is a pretty big deal. I've had it matter where this comes down, kills a creature, and then I'm just miles ahead, and then even though they use a kill spell on my guy, I've 2-for-1 them essentially. So I've been really enjoying the ping package. Then I have 7 artifacts. 4 of them are Guardian Idol. These are kind of like our man lands. We keep our land count low in this, just as another way to kind of have more cards than your opponent, is we don't want to draw as many lands, so we can leverage this to get us higher mana quicker so we can play our Avarax, and we can also make this just be a 2/2 if we've cleared the board and want to get in. We can trade this with creatures if we need to. Sometimes it's also edict fodder. I have no doubt in my mind that these are supposed to be in the deck. This is pretty good. I have 3 Pristine Talismans. This is one of the cards that I'm on the fence about. I think 3 might be too much. I keep boarding them out, and the life gain is, I feel, necessary because we need to be able to catch back up sometimes. But having that come in at 3, I'm not so sure on. Once we're at 3 mana, we can really play our game, and getting to 4 or 5 isn't so big of a deal that we want to take a turn off to do that. But we'll see how the league goes. For sorceries, I have 4 Firebolt. This is a good way to get card advantage in red, is flashing things back. 2 damage can line up pretty well, and if it doesn't add up to, say, a 3 toughness creature, a lot of the time we can combine it with our pingers. We also have 4 Flame Slash. Just being able to point something at a creature and remove it is really good. I've tested Scred in the slot, and it didn't feel like it came out soon enough, and I am running Forgotten Caves. I have plenty of games where I'm stuck on 3 land, like one of them's a Forgotten Cave, and the rest of my things are artifacts that are giving me mana, so I'm sticking with Flame Slash in this deck. I have 1 Rolling Thunder just because I can get to a really high land count, and sometimes this, just ripping this off the top, you can catch right back up or kill your opponent, do, you know, 5 or 6 damage with this. I don't have Tron lands or anything, so it's not like a crazy number, but it is still really good when it is good. I don't think that more than 1 is necessary. It can rot in our hands. We also have 4 Lightning Bolt. I think this is a no-brainer. It can help us close out a game if we need to. It's an instant speed spell, which we're kind of lacking in this. We have 8 total, 4 of them being these Lightning Bolts and 4 of them being Magma Jets. Magma Jets are another way that we can put lands on the bottom so that we end up drawing more action than our opponent. One thing about this is in a deck alongside Firebolt, so now we have 8 spells, 12 if we're counting the back end of Firebolt. So we're looking for targets a lot of the time. Like, there's not enough creatures with 2 toughness in most decks that these line up easy. That's why, again, the pingers are really, really good, is because they let you Magma Jet and then ping something with 3 toughness, like a Core Skyfisher or something, and that ends up working out a lot of the time. Next, we have our lands. We're only at 20, which is low for a control deck, but we have 7 ramp spells in our deck. So a lot of the time, it doesn't matter. We get there anyway. We have 4 Forgotten Cave. These are great late. A lot of the time, if you have 3 or 4 lands in your hand and one of them is a Forgotten Cave, the hand is way more keepable than if they were all mountains. We're just looking for anywhere in the deck that we can find advantage. In fact, I have looked into putting something like Haunted Fengraf into the sideboard. I did find that we were a little bit strapped for colored mana. With just 20 lands, a lot of the time we end up using a lot of these colored sources, or colorless sources, and then it's hard to cast things like Volshock Sorcerer the same turn that we need to cast something like a Firebolt. So I'm still on the fence there. It may end up that we go back to playing something like that Haunted Fengraf. Lastly, we have Snow-Covered Mountains. A lot of people will play around the Scred, respect the Scred if we have Snow-Covered Mountains. So I think Snow-Covereds are the way to go in this particular deck. Moving on to the sideboard, we have 1 Flaring Pain. This can just win us matches that they're fogging us a whole bunch. We have 2 Gorilla Shamans. Gotta beat Affinity. It's a repeatable way to deal with artifacts, and a lot of the time we can have a lot of mana. So in later turns, if we top deck a Gorilla Shaman, sometimes we can blow up something like a Prophetic Prism. Not what we're looking to do, but it is possible. I've done it before. Next is Martyr of Ashes. Martyr of Ashes was originally in the main deck, and I think a lot of people who try to build this put Martyr of Ashes in the main deck. I've found that most of this format has flying, and so Martyr of Ashes ends up doing stone nothing. If you play it turn 1, it gets removed if they don't have flying, so it was really awkward for me. I was boarding them out a lot, and I just figured that they belonged in the sideboard. I don't bring them in that much either. They're good. I wish I could main deck them. Maybe some number is correct, like maybe one of these for one of our Pristine Talismans, but right now I don't think so. I think they belong in the sideboard, and they're not even a 4 of in there. Next we have 4 Peace Striders. I've been loving Peace Strider. This comes in a lot of the time for our Beetleback Chief, just like swapping those straight across if they're a super fast deck, or we don't think that we have to worry so much about removal. There's a lot of burn running around, and we don't have that many ways to gain life consistently. Between this and Pristine Talisman, we stand a chance, but burn is faster than us, so we have to devote a lot of sideboard slots to it. Next, we have 4 Pyroblast. Pyroblast is really, really good in this deck. We can't compete with Counterspell. Like, that's a really tough spell for us to deal with. If they are getting advantage off of things like Augur of Bolos, and if we can't just ping the front end of that card, the body, off of the board, then they're getting a lot of card advantage. If they've cast Moldrifter, we need to be able to deny that. If we can protect an Avarax so it hits the field, that's a lot of card advantage. So 4 Pyroblast is where I want to be here. And then we have 2 Relic of Progenitus. Tron is a really, really hard matchup for this deck. If they can do their ghostly flicker stuff, we're just not winning. There's the blue-black Delver deck that's running around, and this to slow them down helps. Gurmag Angler is really hard to deal with. A lot of the time I have to do like a flashback some number of spells and really get creative to get those off the field. So if I can have more time to set up, I gotta take it. I think things that I wish were in the sideboard that I could fit is some number of land destruction spells, although I'm not sure on those. Against Tron, they feel silly since they have Ghostly Flicker. By the time it comes down, it doesn't really matter. They can counter them. So I haven't been huge on land destruction spells in a deck that can't really close out the game quick. If I can maintain tempo in like red deck wins or something, I do like a Molten Rain. Burn, I like Molten Rain. But this deck, I think Relic of Progenitus is what you want to do. Anyway, I know the deck looks weird, but let's see how it does. So I forgot to start the recording, so we're going to do the first game through the Magic Replay system. Sorry. Our opening hand is okay. It has 2 Forgotten Caves, but on turn 1 we can play 1. Turn 2 we can Flame Slash whatever they play the second Forgotten Cave, and then we can play Guardian Idol turn 3 so that we can start getting into our other spells. So that's not terrible, but it's not the greatest start. Hopefully we draw a mountain sometime soon. We lead off on a mountain, and then our opponent accidentally F6s through the first turn. They did have a land because we see them discard it. So that's going to help with our tap lands. Play our second one, pass the turn. Our opponent has a Forgotten Cave, so it does look like they're on Boros Monarch. We play a Guardian Idol, pass the turn, and they play a Plains and a Prophetic Prism. On our turn, we don't draw a mountain, but we can still lay down our Vithian Stinger, trying to set up a few pingers so that we can just remove all of their guys for free. If they do kill it, it's not the biggest deal since it can come back out of the graveyard for a turn. They play a Thraben Inspector, Firebolt our dude, and pass the turn back. On our turn, we play a Pristine Talisman so that we can get a little bit ahead on mana and start actually playing stuff. They play a Bojuka Bog to get rid of our Vithian Stinger's back end. We draw another one and decide to play a Pristine Talisman so that we can lay down all of our mana ramp. So now we're at 6 mana and we're doing pretty okay. We're gaining 2 life a turn and they only have 3 power on the field, and we'll be removing their guys soon enough. Another Core Skyfisher is a little bit annoying, but for some reason they don't attack, probably respecting haste or something. We lay down Vithian Stinger and Beetleback Chief, so we have an actual offensive board, and we'll be able to remove their guys next turn. Our opponent Journey to Nowheres are 2/2, and then Galvanic Blasts are Vithian Stinger, which is a little bit awkward. They could have done it the other way so that we can't set up a turn where we can flash that back. Another Lightning Bolt is a decent draw. We are going to Vithian Stinger and Magma Jet one of their Core Skyfishers to get it off of the field. With our Scry, we see Beetleback Chief and Magma Jet. We put Magma Jet on bottom and Beetleback Chief on top. We want more creatures that can stand up to removal at this point, I think. This is a fine opening to attack with Guardian Idol. We can start racing a little bit. Every little bit of damage matters. Our opponent plays a Glinthawk, so he's going to be getting a little bit ahead on cards. That's kind of worrying. And the Battle Screech is pretty tough. So I think we're in defensive mode at this point. And we draw that Beetleback Chief that we scried at the top. Go ahead and play that. We can't really play around Electrickery, but we will remove their Core Skyfisher and pass the turn back. There's their Prophetic Prism again. Another Prophetic Prism. And they're just coming at us with their full power. I guess not Thraben Inspector, since that would be a free block. We draw another Magma Jet anyway, and we point it at the Glinthawk. With this Magma Jet, we see 2 mountains, and we happily put those on the bottom of our deck. We activate Guardian Idol, remove the one thing standing in our way, and start going to the races with our guys. They're at 10, and they find another Battle Screech, so that's not good news for us. Another Alchemist File. Taking 3 here. So another mountain means we just do the same thing we did last turn. We activate both of our guardian idols and kill the bird with Flame Slash so that they can't stack block. And we attack them for 10. They're forced to block. We're down to 6 guys and they're at 2 life. We draw another mountain, so let's just get in for another attack. They bolt one of our guardian idols and prismatic strands. Prismatic strands is a huge blowout here. Except they forget to block our guardian idol and punt the game. For our sideboard, we take out 3 magma jets so that we can put in 2 gorilla shamans and a flaring pane. Our opening hand can get to 3 mana, so this is a keepable hand and it has removal to keep us alive in the meantime. They lead on a tap land and we draw our 3rd land, which is Welcome. The Raven Inspector. Don't need to remove that yet, so we just lay down a guardian idol. Our opponent just dirtles a little bit and gets in for 1. Then on our turn, we draw a Beetleback Chief. We have an opportunity to lay down our Pristine Talisman, so we're up to 5 mana, and cast a Magma Jet in the same turn. Off our Magma Jet, we see Beetleback Chief and Mountain. We bottom the Mountain and top the Beetleback Chief. Our opponent plays a Core Skyfisher, returning a Alchemist's Vial, passes the turn back. Our turn, we go ahead and lay down one of our Beetleback Chiefs, gaining a life with our Pristine Talisman. They play the Prophetic Prism back down, and then hit us with a Relic. So that's going to be awkward for our Firebolt. It does make it a little straightforward, because now we can just cast both sides of Firebolt to get rid of this Core Skyfisher, so we can just attack them for 4. They respond with a Galvanic Blast, so we're only getting in for 2. They play a Glint Hawk, which is kind of annoying. On our turn, we decide to only attack with Guardian Idol, offering up the trade. They kill it with Lightning Bolt, and that gives us an opportunity to play a Vithian Stinger. They can't just tap and exile our Vithian Stinger if they kill that, since our Guardian Idol is now in the graveyard. They do kill it, and then they pop the Relic, so that gives us an opportunity to play Firebolt without having the back end of it get exiled. Kill the Glint Hawk, start attacking for 2 again. He pops a Clue, and we lay down our next Vithian Stinger. That gets exiled with Journey to Nowhere, so that's not going to be coming back. But we go ahead and kill their Thraben Inspector with the back end of our Firebolt. They decide to use a Prismatic Strands to defend this Thraben Inspector, which is not the worst thing for us. So now we try to kill it again. They don't use the back end of their Prismatic Strands, and we get in for 2 once more. Go to play Vithian Stinger and decide to play Forgotten Cave first, seeing if there's anything better. There's not, so let's go ahead and play this Vithian Stinger. We'll be able to kill a Core Skyfisher if they play it, and it looks like they just remove it. Attack in for 2 again. These goblins are really doing work. We're up to 27. Find another land, put that into play, attack for 2 once more. And we're playing around Electrickery by not playing Beetleback Chief. Get in for 2 again, and we play Avarax after combat. We were supposed to play it beforehand, but kind of just forgot. Our Avarax gets removed when they untap. Well, there's another one where that came from, though. We fire off a Lightning Bolt on their end step because they are getting low, and we want to just be able to burn them out of the game at some point. Lay down another Avarax and get in for 5. They cast another Prismatic Strands out of their hand, so we're not going to be doing any damage this turn. Let's lay down Avarax number 3. We did draw Avarax last turn, so we can't tutor for anything, but I feel like attacking for 8, 9 is enough, and it is, and we win the game. Alright, here for round 2. It's Helutech. I recognize that name. Oh, he's down to 6. Down to 5. Down to 4. Let's hope he's not on boggles or anything and we can win. G-probe, he sees the spice. 3 lands to play our spells. Stuff to do in the meantime. If he's playing Tribe, yeah. I think he's playing Tribe, and there's no way that this deck loses to Tribe most of the time. So bring in the Peace Striders. Pyroblasts. And then I remember taking out things that are not instant speed. Martyr of Ashes works. So Firebolts. I think that's it. G-probe scoop. I like it. I mean, I wouldn't like to be him, but eh. Okay. As long as he doesn't get out Tireless Tribe on turn 1 or 2. Okay. The Magma Jet helps. Ash Barrens. Gets his island. And nothing. Nothing is the right answer. Okay. Guardian Idol, I think, is the play. Definitely looking to cycle this Forgotten Cave. And that one. So here he can actually counterspell me. So I'm going to go for a Pristine Talisman to start buffering my life, and I can still Magma Jet if I have to, if he's something else. I can't imagine. Maybe he's like blue-white Delver, but I think the chances that he is just... Man, this is... He hasn't played hardly anything. I want to get a Pyroblast in case he has Circular Logic. I guess Circular Logic is for 1. I should have considered that earlier. I just see Circular Logic as straight up counterspell. Alright. It's a gut shot. Dizzy spell. Tireless Tribe. Yeah. So this is my blocker. Let's go for this. Just put a little bit of pressure on his hand. Discard the Shadow Rift. Must have another one. So no attack. I will go up a life. There's a more permanent blocker. I don't know. I think this is good. I think playing a peace strider here lets us let's just play Rolling Thunder a little bit safer next turn. So he's circular logicking this. I don't think that I still don't think we want to play Magma Jet in response. That's no different than like playing it on the end of his turn. Huh. So he casts Piracy on Charm on us to make us discard our Rolling Thunder. Oh, and put an extra card in the graveyard so we can't pay for it. So now we don't got a blocker. Probably should have tapped differently. Alright, he gushes up to 1,000,000 cards in hand. And I don't think he has it. It's a Ponder. There's the Ponder. Ooh, another Tireless Tribe. He can still only go all in on one. Take one here. So if I Firebolt, I have 8 mana. I think I'd do it. And then I hold up 2 burn spells. I mean, I'm playing right on the edge here. Just take 3, hopefully. He'd have to... Oh, man. If he has Gush again, I think I lose. Or could. Maybe not. Because now he only has 2 blue. He has to go for the Inside Out. And I can cast 2 burn spells. And then I get all of these extra cards out of his hand. Man, this stack. Hooray! We beat him! Good game, Salutech. Alright, round 3. Yeah, we're recording. That is nowhere near keepable. Nope. Alright. This can get there. Don't want that. He keeps it 7. No turn 1 play is good. We can kill his turn 2 play. Doesn't feel good, but let's just go for it. And then we can lay down a Guardian Idol. That's a whiff. That is a true 1-for-1. I hope this is Tribe again. Gonna Guardian Idol. These magma jets will be able to help us find action. If we can use them, that is. Okay, so that's red. This is Blitz. We're in a bad spot. Another Augur. Finds a Brainstorm. So I think we can get him to block. And that's only half of our Firebolt. So that's not bad. Another mountain means that we can use the second half. Regardless, next turn we can double up on magma jets. Tap land. Seagate Oracle. Okay, so this is some kind of control deck. I don't think that's fantastic news, because we're going to see a lot more counter spells, which I'm not excited about. And you've seen this dance before. Just keeping them out of the way. They can't affect our graveyard, I don't think. I don't think that's an axis that they can fight on. And oh no. A mountain means we can do that same thing again. Yeah, this looks like Flurry of Horns, and I'm not excited to fight that. All of the toughness is a little too high for me. Oh, well. I guess I'll Flame Slash. And keep applying pressure with my little guy. He's going back up to 7 cards in his hand, and we're at 2. We're at 2 cards. That's what Seagate Oracle will do to you. Oh, I was afraid that was going to be Flurry of Horns. This might be a blink deck. There's been a few blue-red Ghostly Flicker decks kind of popping up here and there. Okay. I'm just going to play the more expensive one first. Jeez. Now I'm probably, yeah, that's a Ghostly Flicker. Not good. And his hand's got to be pretty sick at this point. He can't be flooded. Puts both cards on top. So if I attack with this, if he ghostly flickers, I think that's fine. That's like a use of ghostly flicker we don't have to worry about. And if he doesn't, then that's one less creature off the board for when he does. Lightning Bolt will take care of our guy. Still at 5 land. So that our whole deck is really active besides lands. Okay. 1 damage. He's catching up to our 2 damage we've dealt. Uh-oh. Oh no. There's Drifty Boy. We can double up on Magma Jets. Which might be what we have to do. We need more action, so I think a Magma Jet about right now is going to be pretty good. There's a real counterspell. I don't like a Flame Slash. We're so far behind. Oh no. How many Mold Drifters is that? That is 3. That is Mold Drifter 3. He could be done at this point and not have any more Mold Drifters. Firebolt's my face. So he's got Firebolts to spare. It's Guardian Idol. Oh, he's F6'd. So we get a Stinger down. He can flashback Firebolt to deal with the Stinger, but then it can still do stuff out of the yard. As soon as he casts that Ghostly Flicker, he's going to be 3 cards up again. We're at 0. I don't see how we get out of this, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Is this Mold Drifter 4? No, this is Firebolt. Firebolt my face. All right. Archaeomancer. Archaeomancer? I don't know. But he's tapped out. So grabs a bolt. Bad news. So what can we do? If we play Volshock Sorcerer, we can kill Archaeomancer and have enough to block with Guardian Idol. But if we kill the Mold Drifter, we conserve life total. Because if he attacks with both of these creatures, Yeah, I think I like killing the Mole Drifter. It takes away a lot of the upside of his Ghostly Flicker too. He has a Bolt in hand, so we're at 5. And then 2 more will do it. It's looking pretty bad. This is important. Way ahead on time. Yeah, I think I have to go for this right now. Hopefully we can just take out that Mole Drifter next turn. Almost hoping that he Lightning Bolts this Guardian Idol. There's the Ghostly Flicker. So, gets up to 3 cards in his hand. Back up to 7. And he has enough Lightning Bolts in his deck to just be able to kill us here. Counterspell. Bad news. He's down to 23 cards in his deck. I bet you it's just Bolt victory. Even if it's Bolt. Yeah. That's game. Because he has 2 bolts in his hand now. Okay, so relics are coming in. Pyroblasts. I think that's it. Rolling Thunders seem bad. Need to take out a 4 of. Magma Jet's instant. Lightning Bolt deals with, is also instant and deals with the 3 toughness creatures. Magma Jet is kind of, I like all my pingers. He can just, it might be Beetleback Chief. I'll take out a Talisman, and then a 4 of, I think it's Beetleback Chief. Yeah, he has lots of removal, but I think he's bringing in Electricaries, and any X3 gives us a lot of issues. I want to have as many burn spells to clear the path as possible. This is not keepable because of the land. I want to. All right. We're gonna try for. This is slow. We're gonna try though. That could help us. I feel like the plan is pretty straightforward here of just getting all the pingers on the online, but they don't deal with X3s very well. So let's do it. Let's keep it on top. Right. Oh my gosh. No, I'm going bottom. I almost want to cycle Forgotten Cave. Yeah, we're living life on the edge here. I think we can draw a land. I think we can. I think it's like 80% that we draw a land by turn 3. I feel like the reason I'm playing this like this is because I don't feel favored in this, so I want to play kind of risky for some percentage points. What are this? Blue, probably? Opponent's lagging, he says. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have time for a game 3 if I do win this. I think I'll just auto-win that one. Because he started off the game like more than a minute behind. It was like 2 minutes he just AFK'd. And then... he's starting to lag for real now. He's only got 12 minutes left. So we are geniuses. I would have liked to have had a Pyroblast by now, but I think hitting 3 lands, playing as risky as we did, I think we're going to have to just be happy. Just going to yield now. I don't think it matters. Opponent brainstorms, probably looking for land, maybe. Probably maybe. Okay, so there's a brainstorm fetch. But now we start doing our pingers. On our way to an Avarax too. Goes top bottom with that first preordain. And let's see what he does with this one. Top top. So he's not missing land drops. Although he is behind. So Guardian Idol means next turn I can Avarax. But I want to be able to kill a 3 toughness creature next turn. That sounds like a good thing to me. I suppose we should be hedging against Electrickery. No. It's a Firebolt. Okay, so we can lay down Sorcerer next turn if we don't hit a land for Avarax. And then have 2 damage up. Alright, I think Chain's a plan. He's probably going to be able to cast Firebolt again. Yeah, I think this is better because I can still do both of my other spells next turn. Or Averax. Mole Drifter. I feel like that's good news. Yeah, that's a good attack. All right. More land. 1, 2, 3. I'm tempted to just remove the Seagate Oracle while I can. A lot of things deal with the other one, the Mole Drifter. I have like an onboard way to deal with it, so I'm gonna go with that. Three. Arc Lightning. Ouch. And he has Counterspell mana up. I wonder what will happen if I do this. Oh, please Counterspell my Firebolt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Averax, hit the field. Probably deal with it. Yeah, Flame Slash is my first Averax. Attacks for 2. Now Averax or Firebolt. I feel like he's holding up Counterspell for it. I might be able to hit yeah, that's fine. I might be able to hit a Pyroblast. Yeah. I'd rather hit that. And then he might have... Huh. I'm just going to leave up Lightning Bolt in case I can kind of 2-for-1 him. It's doubtful, but it at least stresses mana enough. On that turn that maybe the next turn I can play an Averax. So that's not... Ghostly Flicker mana. So that'll die. It's 2 more cards. See what that does. Tasty. Oops, I meant to play the Averax first. Yeah. So that is Counterspell 3. So 3 Counterspells down. He might still have Hydroblasts, so we're not out of the woods. Oh. Drifter. this means I can do that. If he lets this go, then I have his guy. And I can attack. We are pretty much out of resources at this point, though. Ow. And he can flashback Firebolt to deal with my guy. Stormbound Geist. Yeesh. Probably not even going to try to deal with that. Alright, I need something. No! Just go straight for the throat here. That's a Hydroblast. Trying to out advantage a blue control deck is a tall order. I needed to get more Avarex on the field faster. We got 2, so that's not terrible. What you get? What you get? Preordain. Preordain. Two cards on bottom. So, options. I can block and tap to kill this Archaeomancer. I think my strategy of playing risky is what I'm going to stick with here. So that will help back us up when we do have action. I can't remember if I pinged or not. Did I miss a point of damage? Yes, I did. Opponent continues to hit land drops. Points a lot of damage at me. No, think this is how it ends. I'll never catch up if he keeps doing this. So I'm gonna Pyroblast that. Counterspell out of his hand. That is his last just blue counterspell. And he finds a Hydroblast. So I need a spell that's not red. I bet you this is not going to go well. Alright, there's this Hydroblast. That was probably about as good as it gets. And I think I missed another point of damage. Yep, that's my face. Ow. So say I didn't miss those 3 points of damage. He would get 7 and I would be like, uber screwed still. Maybe I'll find a relic and Exodia or something. Not Exodia. Okay. Wow, that looks slow. Keep. It's a red card advantage deck. Keeping bad hands is one way we get card advantage. I mean, this wins against some stuff. Especially if I draw a mountain. Oh, he's down to 5. This could beat a mole to 5, maybe, possibly. Jeep Probe. Are you Tribe? Because that would be nice. If you're Burn, well, oh no. Alright. Maybe Tribe. It's a neat looking island. And then you play your next card. There we go. I don't like my chances of drawing a mountain off of this. But man, do I want to just cycle it and try for it. I feel like I'm in a gambling mood today. There's a Delver. There's a Firebolt, and he's on 1 land. You just get rid of that. That's just what you do against Delver. Even if next turn, if he didn't flip. Oh. Then this could be game. Nope, that's a daze. So, no flip. You finally get that island. Ghastly Demise. Okay. Still want a mountain. Still no mountain. So we're going to go for a Stinger. And I doubt that he has a second daze in hand. Oh, that is nuts. Okay. Then I'll... Oh my gosh. Okay. Down to 11 already. Yeah. The Ghastly Demise on my guy. All right. So, options. I don't think I have any besides Flame Slash. And then I hope that he doesn't have like an Angler or something. If he has an Angler, I can Flame Slash it and then flashback Vithian Stinger, so I can deal with it. But he needs to miss a step somewhere in here. Like have no action. There's no action. We can start climbing back up, recovering from that Delver. So we have the opportunity to play Avarax into double blue, which is not much of an opportunity if you ask me. So there's a counterspell. We're a little bit ahead on cards. Gush. Now we're not. Gush, Brainstorm, and if he has the Ash Barrens, that is the nuts. I guess Ash Barrens or Terramorphic. Terramorphic would probably be even better. If he had an Ash Barrens, though, he could play another blue spell. Oh, Thought Scour. That's pretty much the same thing. And this looks like a Gurmag Angler. No. It's just an Augur. I think I might be able to resolve an Avarax. No days 3? Yes. Okay. It's not looking bad. Gurmag Angler would still be pretty bad. There's a Disfigure out of his hand. Brainstorm, and then probably Preordain. He could just double Gurmag Angler in one of these turns. He has 17 cards in his graveyard. Could he triple? Yeah, he could. If that was a basic swap. And then this is just where you cast Avarax over and over like a skilled person. One more in my deck. Hope it is not this next draw phase. Gush. Again. Still sitting on that Preordain in hand. Augur of Boros finds a ghastly demise that can kill my 2020 if I have one. Alright, yeah. It's my Preordain finally. Nothing to do with my 1 mana though. Now there's something to do with my 1 mana. I can Firebolt his guy to finish him off. Well, every time I get dazed, I'm just like, no way. So that is 3 dazes. And then we're out of Avarax Inner Library, so there's no pressure to play those. I don't want to lose my stingers, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to set up some Edict fodder. So we got two fire bolts in the yard. Fire bolts. You heard me. See how he blocks. I'm fine combining some burn spells here. Go for the first one. Go for the same one. Okay, next turn's attack's not going to be quite so awkward. That was an agony warp. And if he's got 20 cards left in his library, and if none of them are Gurmag Angler. Okay, this looks like one. That is an Ash Barrens. There's your Gurmag Anglers. So we Stinger. And we're hoping that this doesn't die. Guardian Idol for Edict Protection. Actually, even if this dies, we can still combine it with Flame Slash. We'll be taking 6 damage here, though. Delver. So let's see how Flame Slash does. That's a counterspell. So now this is 5, and then we can follow it up with Magma Jet. Magma Jet. We do want our sorcerer. And we've got another Firebolt if we don't get to land our Volshock sorcerer. Go back up to 6. It's a counterspell. Firebolt on. That is 5, yeah. And this looks like a race we can win. Another Gurmag Angler would probably sink us. But let's not tell them that. Almost lost a point of damage. Double check our library. Nothing. Let's get in for damage while we can. This looks like game in a I have 9 damage available to me sense. Oh, we beat him. Didn't think that was going to happen for a while there. I don't like that many Pyroblasts here. Let's take out a Rolling Thunder. That seems like too much all in one card. The relics can slow them down. We gotta take out cards though. I still like all my pingers. Abrax seems good. Beetleback Chief seems good. Magma Jet might be too much. Let's do another Pristine Talisman. So this Pristine Talisman, I'm looking for a different card to replace it already. I don't want to draw 2 Pristine Talismans. I think 1 is fine to catch us back up a little bit, but 2 relics and a Pyroblast are going to do more good. So this is Dees. So turn 1, I'm going with the Forgotten Cave, and I think this one I cycle. Turn 1, Brainstorm. And it's going to be a tall order to catch back up if he gets an early angler. I guess these aren't like Thought Scours or anything like that. So since we can get to 3, cycling that Forgotten Cave does look appealing. Let's see if we need to kill any Delvers or anything like that with this Magma Jet. I'm betting this eats the counterspell. Oh no. He can still have Hydroblast up. But make him have it, right? You're for real in me right now? Oh, okay. He's looking for a daze. He might have just been showing off, like going for the yep, and he finds it. He finds a snuff out off the top. I'm gonna look for a burn spell or a mountain. No, burn spell. I'm gonna use it on his upkeep. There's a blue. Augur. We know he has a snuff out. I don't think that changes our plan. I think still trying to line up 2 pingers before anything else is going to be the best thing to do. If we can draw a mountain, force through this sorcerer, and he doesn't use a snuff out on his turn, that's a line. What was that? Disfigure. Okay. So we go for it. Okay. We will draw mountains eventually. So he still has a snuff out in hand. Island's gone. Preordain's gone. I want to set that up as soon as I can. Just in case we draw something 2 damage, I don't know. They're not very good at sneaking in damage, so I feel a little bit safe. We could kill it. It's a counterspell. 1. Yep, there's the counter spell. So 4 cards. Ow. Delver. We have to go for Vithian Stinger right now. And we don't have 2. I guess I should have done that on his upkeep. But everything works out. We have a plan to stabilize. Gush. Ugh. And if he has counterspell to back this up, we're in deep. So I can Flame Slash and Beetleback Chief here. Beetleback Chief stops all of the damage, and I think baits out a counterspell. Because we have to have this. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm dead. I was like, okay, well, if we'll just live and the next turn we'll Flame Slash. I think the play was still the same. Maybe it was different because of... I forgot the name. Because of that other thing that I can't remember. Focusing. I feel like this is pretty much still what I want. Like this Pristine Talisman, I think can make us live long enough that it will matter. Pristine Talisman or Pyroblast? Probably Pyroblast. That's probably just Pyroblast. It'll save more life in the long run. Is there more room for Pyroblast? I could cut 1 Beetleback Chief. I don't want to, though. I think this is fine. Let's see if we can beat him while we're on the play. This is fine. 2 lands. Nothing to do but removal. Until we draw a 3rd mountain. And we're just going to double yield here. Pyroblast feels good. Not as good as a mountain would have. Grabs a swamp. This is just a swamp. Nope, that's an island. Setting up his draws. Bottom. That one I play. So he's got 6 for Angler. If he casts the G-Probe, he can just slam it. Nothing. So here, I'm going to go with the Stinger with Pyroblast backup. That's fine. What is this? Nothing. Sorcerer. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. If he thinks it's important, I think it's important. So I got a daze and a counterspell out of his hand. Oh no. He's gonna cast some cantrips before he does it, because those are free. No, he doesn't even have to. He's got 6 cards in his yard. Brainstorm. And Gurmag Anglers are just so big. I'm trying to do the math on how much damage I can do in a turn, and unless I have out a guy already, it's pretty tough. Oh. So I can at least kill... Gotta beat that way, huh? Having a sorcerer out will help if he doesn't just cast a snuff out for free on my turn. Oh, look. Daze. Okay. As long as he doesn't have Hydroblast. Oh, that helps. So I can do... I just go for the Gurmag Angler first. He can't daze me. An Avarax seems okay. Let's do Fireball. Firebolt. Sorry. Stinger. See, that was a huge ordeal, and it was just to kill his first angler. I hope he doesn't flip, but probably gonna have to do the same amount of derping around to kill it. Okay. So he's still sitting on daze. We're not going to be able to Avarax, so maybe that was a bad choice. Look, a Hydroblast. And mana to play a Hydroblast. Hydroblast daze. Just gonna go for this. And it's up, he gets to choose which one he uses. There's the daze. Please no flip. Aha. Probably just a Hydroblast. Nope. This will eat a Hydroblast. There we go. Okay. And now I've got to do something quick. There's another one. No, not black mana. That's the scariest color of mana. It's so spooky. Huh. He left 2 blue up for some reason. Ow. Oh, thanks. I've always wanted a snow-covered mountain. So if he attacks all out, I can throw a goblin in front of an angler, double block the augur, cry profusely. So this is 5. I have 5 toughness on the board. Stack one of... I just have to kill this angler. I have to risk it for the biscuit. And there's very little I can do to catch up when he just kills 4 creatures with 1 spell. If only I had 11 mana. GG's. Alright, round 3. Kind of disappointed with where we're at in terms of win-loss. So this could either be Tron or Land Destruction, both of which are pretty scary. Oh, that, I have never seen that art before. It's pretty. I was thinking about lightning bolting there, but I don't think we do. I guess I don't know if I for sure won't. Okay, so there's the tower. And they can go 2 to 4 the power plant. So I guess we are going to, well, all right, so 2 options, I guess. We can go for Pristine Talisman, guarantee an Avarax the next turn. Or we can just go for a Beetleback Chief. I'm going to go for the Avarax. Get them having to look for fogs a little bit earlier than they'd like. Or, you know, they could just counterspell us. But then they would have to have it. So there is mine. That's the only one I haven't looked at. Huh. Okay, so we have a little bit of an opening here. Yield, always yield, yes. Attack. Try to get out a little bit ahead. Okay. Mnemonic Wall for Impulse. Mountain is a good draw. So let's see what happens when I Flame Slash here. Ghostly Flicker. I really don't want him ghostly flickering that. So I'll get rid of that. Let's attack. If he blocks, I can pump its power. And then let's set up the lightning bolt kill. Guess I don't want auto yield. There could be something I want to lightning bolt. Rejuvenator. Grabs tower. Avrak seems fine. If he blocks with Mnemonic Wall, we can go for the ping and then follow it up with a lightning bolt. Or if he just does this, okay, so the Mnemonic Wall is dead. No guarantee that it's not coming back. He could just... Is this the impulse? Yeah. Yeah, he's probably going to pull some Marasa of that thing back. But we're gaining a little bit of board presence every turn. So maybe we can get out of this. Serrated arrows. At least he doesn't have Ghostly Flicker anymore. At least he doesn't have this one. He could have another one. Gonna have to try to win this game on the back of Relic next game. Let's see what tricks he has up his sleeve. All right. And I don't really care if the last one gets counterspelled. I mean, I would rather have it, but... Okay. It feels like he's going like shields up. Doesn't have it, but then again, that's a Mystical Teachings. Capsize. He's got 3 blue sources, so he can, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could capsize twice, but we're still getting in damage if he does that. So actually, we can Pristine Talisman here. Swing for 12. Capsize. Then he might Serrated Arrows one of these. Nope, just takes 6. Map Tower. And he has tons of mana here. Did he play that? Yeah, he did. Is this Drifty? Okay. Oh, he went and found Mystical Teachings. I didn't expect that. So let's get... No. I think the chances that he has a Ghostly Flicker are super high. Especially with this play. So let's just let damage resolve. Yeah. I know that we have to close out the game, but I'm not going to pump my Abrax. I'm just going to go for another guy. Goes down to 9 cards. No attacks. So there's not a third guy here. So it's possible we're doing okay. We can pump once. Might just be the Moment's Piece. Capsize. Capsize. But this is 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can play both of these Abrax next turn. And we get them for 2. Possibly 1 if he wants to Serrated Arrows our Guardian. And he is really getting up on advantage now. He is within bolt range, firebolt range. Oh, that's a Pulse Marasa if I've ever seen one. Gets that out of his yard. Probably should have gone for the 1 damage there, but we'll see if it matters. If he's at 1, well then we punted. Probably still a mini punt. No. No, not that. So now he has the new Monarch Wall, Dinrova Horror Loop. I didn't think most lists played both Dinrova Horror and Capsize. So this is an unhappy surprise. Just want to see what I get off of there. It's another mountain. And this is pretty futile at this point. He's got 2 power plants. He can ghostly flicker twice. Oh, yeah. He doesn't even... yeah, I'm just going to scoop. Because he could have, at any point, ghostly flickered to get back Pulse of Marasa, and then got his other mnemonic wall, and then just beat me into the ground. Rolling Thunder's bad. Saying Magma Jet is bad. Flaring Pain good. Firebolt doesn't seem that good. So I just want all of my non-combat damage. Interaction. Oh, Pristine Talismans. Yeah, keep cutting those. I'd rather have a Peace Strider, in all honesty. Okay, let's see how that does. Alright, that's bad. That's bad. This is okay. No, not that. Playing this, we're trying to get to a freaking Averax, so let's see how this does. Don't think I'm getting anywhere. Go up to 4 mana next turn. Something. Get in for 2. Sure. Yep, that's third piece. Yep, Prophetic Prism. That's what we call the perfects. Yes, here, yield 3. Gotta catch up. Is 1 colored source, 2, 7 mana, all the colored sources. Rejuvenator. Nope, that's a Pulse of Marasa. Don't do it. Ugh. Yep, this is a bad matchup. Bad. And I don't even feel comfortable putting in land destruction into my sideboard. Like, the ghostly flicker and just me not having a fast clock just kind of mean that this is a bad matchup. Maybe I could put in, I don't know, some faster creatures? What did he return? Pulse of Marasa, great. It's not great. So I guess my, I don't know, I'm screwed. Because if I kill either of his creatures, he just Pulse of Marasas them back. Do I want him doing that with his mana? Or do I want... No, I don't want him to be able to do that. Because if he can pull Samurasa back Mnemonic Wall, he's getting that Pyroblast. He's not getting the Pull Samurasa again. That's what I think. At least it's not a Ghostly Flicker, I guess. But Forbidden Alchemy basically means he gets something terrifying. If I had more Avarax, this would be nice. So I can go for a Golem attack here. I get in for 2. Plus a 3rd off my Stinger. I should have pumped him once. Wow, he can flashback Alchemy. This feels over already. That's one thing about having the Tron lands in a format, is that it pushes other control decks out. I mean, I'm not advocating for like this is the greatest control deck ever, but ugh. I was hoping to meet more like aggro matchups, but I know I'm just gonna scoop. But like I was saying, I wish there was more aggro right now so that this deck would be better, but I think the format is kind of moving in a control-y direction or a combo direction. This does pretty good against the combo element of the format, but against the control element of the format, it does struggle a little bit, so not super big on this right now, but I think it'll have its day. I think if I swapped out this Pristine Talisman for something that was a little bit more card advantage-y or more removal, maybe something a little bit faster, I think the deck could use another creature in the 1 or 2 drop spot area, maybe a 2-drop. I don't like Curse of the Pierced Heart. I've tried that out. So, thank you for watching. See you when I see you.